Hi and welcome to Jamie deRoy and Friends. Today we have a very eclectic show for you. There's shows opening on Broadway, off Broadway, all over town, in the cabarets. It's an exciting time in New York, as always. So to start us off, The Humans is now on Broadway at the Helen Hayes Theater. The amazing cast is led by Reed Birney and Jane Houdyshell. Also, Ariane Moayed, Lauren Klein, Cassie Beck, and Sarah Steele.
I can't believe people want to watch that kind of stuff at night when there's
anything with blood or gore.
Yeah, well, there's enough going on in the real world to give me the creeps.
That's like, I bet she'd appreciate. There's this comic book called Quasar. I was obsessed with it when I was a kid.
You're still obsessed with Quasar.
Yes, I am.
Don't throw them out.
Be quiet. It's about this species of like half alien, half demon creatures with teeth on their backs.
Oh my
but
God,
on
just
their
call
planet,
them monsters.
on their planet. The scary stories they tell each other, they're all about us. The horror stories for the monsters are all about humans. I love
Yeah, well, people are. You should meet my boss. No teeth on his back.
But monsters aren't scared of us, so
Sure they
why
are.
would...
It's always a man driving the stake through the heart of the vampire. Or if you're a zombie, you eat people, but your biggest threat is what? Getting killed by some enterprising human,
I get
right?
it, Rich.
They'd be more scared by monster-eating monsters or something, am I right?
Monsters aren't real, so it's a weird thing to want to be right about.
Why don't you start, babe?
Oh, okay. Now I'm nervous. This year, I'm most thankful for falling in love with Bridget and for getting a new family in the process. So now I just...
That was a terrible smash. Do it harder.
I don't know, you made me go first.
Rich, that was a fine smash.
Okay, Dad, you go next.
Okay, I already gave one speech, so let me just say that I'm thankful for your unconditional love and support. Hope there's nothing that any of us can ever do to change that, what we've got right here. Because this is what matters, this family.
All right. I'm with you, Dad. And it may sound cliche, but I'm thankful for the both of you.
Academy Award winner Forrest Whitaker is making his Broadway debut in the revival of Huey. It's written by four-time Pulitzer Prize winner Eugene O'Neill. It also stars Tony Award winner Frank Wood. And it's directed by two-time Tony Award winner Michael Grandage. It is playing at the Bouthiller. The new group is presenting the 1979 Pulitzer Prize-winning play Buried Child. It's written by Sam Shepard. It's playing over at the Signature Theater at Pershing Square. And what a cast it has. Married in real life, Ed Harris and Amy Madigan, with Larry Pine, Paul Sparks, Rich Sommer, Nat Wolff. Sam Shepard's Buried Child is another play about a dysfunctional family. How we love them. It's directed by Scott Elliott and plays only through April 3rd.
There's no corn. It's not even the season for corn. Now, you must have either stolen this corn or you bought
He
it.
didn't have a red cent to his name. He's totally dependent.
So you stole it?
I didn't steal it. I don't want to get kicked out of Illinois. I got kicked out of New Mexico. I don't want to get kicked out of Illinois.
You're going to get kicked out of this house if you don't tell me where you got that corn.
What you just say that to him for? Who cares where he got the corn? You gonna threaten him with expulsion?
This is your fault, you know. You're the one that's behind all of this. I suppose you thought it would be funny. Some joke covering the house in corn husks. Well, you better get this cleaned up before Bradley sees it.
Bradley's not getting in the front door.
Oh, Bradley's going to be very upset when he sees this. You've become an evil, spiteful, vengeful man. You used to be a good man.
6 of one, half dozen of another.
You sit here festering away, decomposing, smelling up the house with your putrid body, hacking your head off till all hours in the morning, thinking up mean, evil, stupid things to say about your own flesh and blood.
He's not my flesh and blood!
Manhattan Theater Club is presenting the newest play of John Patrick Shanley, a very autobiographical piece. Shanley has won the Tony Award, Academy Award, and a Pulitzer Prize. He also directed this play, and it stars Timothy Chalamet, Tony Award winner Robert Sean Leonard, Chris McGarry, and Annika Boras. Prodigal Son follows a young man who transfers from the Bronx to a private school in New Hampshire as he struggles to learn lessons in self-discipline. Prodigal Son plays at Manhattan Theater Club's City Center Stage 1, only through March 20th. Be sure to catch it. Here are some scenes.
You need to behave with perfect rectitude between now and graduation.
Okay.
I'm serious!
I know!
Carl is 1 inch from throwing you out.
God, I hate him.
He's a good man.
No. He doesn't try to understand anybody.
You're mistaken.
Looks at me like I'm disgusting.
That's not accurate.
Yeah, have you talked to him about me?
Of course.
What's he say?
He's impressed that Louise likes you.
His wife?
He values her opinion very highly.
I didn't think she liked me.
She does.
Why?
No accounting for taste.
What?
Joke.
Oh.
Would you like some tea?
Yes, thank you.
Cookies?
No, thank you.
Did you read The Wasteland through to the end?
Yeah, I understand it.
That's why we're here.
I read it 4 times.
It bears repeated readings.
You know, I felt like he was a professor showing off how smart he was. Oh, and then maybe he was drunk.
I think T.S. Eliot was a rather sober man.
When I read old poems like the old English poems Mr. Hoffman assigns, they don't seem old. But when I read The Wasteland, it seems old to me.
But it was written in the modern
I
era.
don't think anybody's gonna read it in 100 years.
Why not?
I don't know, I looked at his picture. Huh? He looks like an undertaker. I think a poem that won't be good in 100 years isn't good now.
Primary Stages is starting to do their productions down at the Cherry Lane Theater. The first of which is The Body of an American, based on a true story of a journalist. It's an incredible show, an amazing production, starring Michael Kumsky and Michael Crean. It's written by Dan O'Brien and directed by Joe Bonney. The Body of an American won the Horton Foote Prize and the Edward M. Kennedy Award. Here are some scenes from The Body of an American.
Mom is pounding on metal, stabbing their knives through the slits and grates. The tea shop owner says, look, you know I'd really like to help you, but would you mind leaving my tea shop soon? So I end up in the street again, kneeling in the dirt at the order of some pissed off Marines, and somehow I convince them to take me back behind the wire. That's why I know it's not just my brain, Doctor, or my father dying when I was 2, or this hand. It would be poetic justice to get butchered by a mob. Remember what Cleveland said to me, if you do this, I will own you. I just have this feeling he's thinking, you watched my desecration, now here comes yours. I think it's safe to say, take all the events that happened, but remove the photograph, and Al-Qaeda would not have chased us out of Somalia. Bin Laden would not have been able to say to his followers, look, we are able to do this. We only need small victories to defeat history's greatest military. After my photograph, 9/11 and this never-ending war on terror. The day I was born, I had these nubbins instead of fingers.
And the doctor just snipped them off.
The hands attached to a wrist that bends with a palm no bigger than an infant's.
Did your mom take thalidomide?
Everyone thinks that, but no, she didn't. It's a mystery, something in the DNA.
Is that why you're like this?
Like what, Dan?
Oh, I don't know. War reporter?
On Thursday, March 17th, over at Feinstein's 54 Below, Marcy Heisler and Zena Goldrich and Friends presents an evening of their material with special guests, including Leslie Margarita and Emily Skinner, among others. And one of the funniest women I know, Judy Gold, will be presenting her show at Feinstein's 54 Below on March 11th, 12th, and 18th. I have been lucky enough to have Judy as a guest on my show several times. Well, here's the last show that she had done with us. We wish Judy all the best, and if you go on March 11th, I'll see you there.
I flew back from San Francisco last night, and I fly and the San Francisco airport, I don't know if you know this, has that new body scanner thing. You know what I'm talking about? Where you walk through, they can see your clit and everything. Anyway, so I walk through. I'm not kidding. I walk through. I get to the other side. The TSA agent says to me, "Thank you very much, sir." I'm like, what? Aren't they supposed to keep that stuff secret? Seriously, I was really pissed. Ugh. I hate flying. Then I have to come back to this tourist crap. I can't take it. Oh, what else? Oh, I had a total knee replacement in July. Anyone have the total knee? You did? You had one? And? Savage. I'm not sure what that means exactly, if she's happy about it or sad about it, but no, you feel good? Yeah, but it's shit, right? It's awful. This is what I loved about it. First of all, I turned into my mother because, you know, you're homebound, you know? You can't do anything. Like, my activity was literally getting the mail. I sounded exactly like my mother. She'd call, today I went downstairs, I got the mail, and then I brought it upstairs, and I opened it, and I got a couple of phone calls, and I ate a tuna sandwich, and I mean, literally, that was all. And then I would walk around the block, right? That was the big exercise, walking around the block. And it was July, so I had shorts on. Everyone would stop me. Everyone. Oh, wow, what happened to your knee? You got a torn ACL, a meniscus tear, what's going on? And I'm like, no, I had a total knee replacement. Oh, really? Wow. My great-grandfather just had that done. Really good. I really felt good about myself. So, I just turned 50 last month, too. I think you have known me for almost like 30 years now. Isn't that, I know, I'm old, 50. Is 50 old? Oh, I'm at the Jamie deRoy show. Of course it's not old. All right, but let me tell you, if I was at Gotham, I'd be like, you know, hey, Grandma, but, no, 50, yeah. But they say you're middle-aged when you're 50. First of all, I'm not going to live to 100, so that's totally not. The only reason I know I feel kind of middle-aged is, number one, Eileen Fisher, and number two, if you tell anyone this, because I have not told anyone this at all, you're like the only people I'm telling, but the other day, I went to Chico's. Okay, I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy anything. Calm down. I got a tank top. Let me tell you something. Have you ever walked by Chico's? I mean, the mannequins have wrinkles and saggy breasts and osteoporosis. I'm not kidding.
And I want to wish Lisa Lampanelli all the best. She's got one night only at the Beacon Theater. That's really major. She'll be there on Friday, March 18th. Lisa has been a guest on my show, but since then, she's gone on to lose a ton of weight. So she doesn't look the same, but she's just as funny. You're not going to want to miss her at the Beacon. Here's a little of Lisa Lampanelli.
I'm a nice person. Let me tell you how freaking nice I am. No, I got married a year and a half ago to Jimmy Big Balls. Now, I call him Jimmy Big Balls because his sack is horrifying. No, man, you ladies laugh, but you ain't seeing this. It looks like one of them thing a hobo ties on a stick and puts over his shoulder. I haven't seen anything that big and hairy since I stood next to Rosie O'Donnell at Curls. But it's so funny, because, like, check it out. Before I met Jimmy, I'd have lost 30 pounds off the Jenny Craig, and I didn't want to gain it all back till after the wedding when it was legal. Because I put it in the prenup that I could gain 10 pounds a year till I fucking explode. If I keep making good money, I'll be fine. He can't get a divorce. So I made us both go on a diet. Well, ladies, never go on a diet with a guy, because they lose weight fast, and you stay the fat whore you always were. Seriously, in 6 months of dieting, I lost 3. And he lost 60. 60! And you know, he didn't even weigh himself. You know how I knew it was 60? Let me put this cleanly. Because when I used to blow him, I couldn't see his face. 2 weeks before the wedding, I saw the tip of a nose and a hint of chin. Yes, it's true. You know, I'm 50 freaking years old. I don't do nothing frisky in the sack. I can't freaking be bothered. I can't. I'm 50. Shove it up your ass. Are you kidding me? Once he thought he was a big shot asking me for favors. He was like, can you lick my ball? Lick your goddamn ball? I have a normal sized tongue. It would take a cow tongue to do that shit. With my luck, I'd run out of saliva halfway up and get stuck to it like that kid in A Christmas Story. I'm a very deep person. I wrote a book. Wait, let me go back. This is a pretty complicated joke. Hispanics out there, a book is that thing us legal white people read. Black guy, a book is that thing the judge throws at you. Good times? Yes, thank you. Because in my estimation, fat is the last curse word. You could get away with calling a woman anything but fat. Am I right? Even you skinny whores know what I'm talking about. I mean, a woman definitely would rather be called the C word than be called fat, and you know it. Seriously, none of you bitches has ever gone up to your husband and said, honey, do these pants make me look like a cunt? May I say this might be the first C word ever at the Metropolitan Room? I'm very proud of myself. Now, honestly, if I have offended anyone today, I could honestly say I could give a fuck less. No, I do. I love you.
And on Monday, March 7th, over at Birdland, as part of the Broadway at Birdland series, John Bucchino will bring his show to that club. His show is called John, Paul, George, Ringo, and Dick. It's John Bucchino in concert over at Birdland. Well, there's always wonderful shows happening at the Metropolitan Room. And just a few to highlight: Jason Graw on March 9th. He brings back his opera show that was such a hit that they're doing it on a consistent basis now. Also at the Metropolitan Room on March 13th, real-life partners Steve Shacklin and Jim Brochu bring their show to the club. Over at Cafe Carlisle from March 8th through the 18th, Joan Osborne holds court. And for one night only on Saturday, March 18th, it's the Cooper Clan all together, starring Tony Award winner Chuck Cooper with his children, Alex Cooper, Eddie Cooper, and Lily Cooper. It takes place in the Kaplan penthouse. So here's a save the date. Sunday, April 17th, Jamie deRoy and friends will be presenting a benefit for the Actors Fund for the Cabaret Initiative at Birdland. This show stars an incredible cast: David Friedman, Corey Kahaney, Nikenji, Howard McGillen, and Brad Oscar. I'm very, very honored that this series has been just honored with the Ruth Kurtzman Benefit Award, which will be presented at the MAC Awards. And a special congratulations to the Hanson Award winner, Sally Darling. Well, here's a look at Sally when she performed at Don't Tell Mama.
Gone by lover's dream, lovely summer dream, gone and left me here to weep my tears into the stream. Sad as I can be, hear me, willow, and weep for me. Whisper to the wind and say that love has sinned, to leave my heart a-breaking and making a moan. Murmur to the night to hide her starry light, so none will find me sighing and crying all alone. Oh, weeping willow tree, weeping in sympathy, Send your branches down along the ground and cover me. When the shadows fall, bend, O willow, and weep for me.
And over at the 92nd Street Y, as part of Lyrics and Lyricists, from March 19th through the 21st, is Witchcraft, the Jazz Magic of Cy Coleman, hosted by Billy Stritch, starring Debbie Boone, LaTanya Hall, Nicholas King, and Gabrielle Stravelli. And a very special event that happens only once a year is Broadway Backwards. It's part of Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, where the men sing the women's songs and the women the men's. It's a fun, fun night. It will happen on Monday, March 21st at the Hirschfeld Theater.
They used us, and they abused us. How could you tell us that we were wrong?
Open the door, and there's Veronica and Charlie doing number 17.
The Spread Eagle.
No, I was in such a state of shock, I completely blacked out.
And on Friday, March 11th, the New York Pops, under the direction of Stephen Reinecke, presents 42nd on 57. And it stars Darren Criss and Betsy Wolfe with the New York Pops Orchestra at Carnegie Hall. A terrific show presented by the Mint Theater Company, which always does wonderful revivals. They're in their new space over at Stage 2 at City Center. It's called Women Without Men, and it is a stellar cast written by Hazel Ellis. Jen Thompson directs this wonderful cast of 11.
Oh, is she pretty? Let me introduce Miss Wade, our new member. Delighted to meet you.
What a miserable fire. Is there no more coal? You are taking English and history, I hear. Those are my subjects too, amongst others.
Really?
Yes, I take classes 5 and 6 for history.
You'll come to love all of us in time. Do you like my brooch? Oh, it's very pretty. I got it from Dorothy Langley for my birthday. She's one of the pupils.
Ruby's very popular with the girls here.
What else could you expect? Look at us. A small group of women all cooped up together, with no release from each other save in the privacy of our bedrooms. Women brought together not by choice, not by liking, but by the necessity of earning our living.
Wasn't that rather a peculiar thing for her to do this way?
Surely you don't imagine
I imagine nothing. I use my common sense.
Please don't report me, Miss Connor, please.
It is your own thought. My time is coming. Glory and radiance are waiting for me soon.
Fresh off his Academy Award win, Mark Rylance stars in and co-wrote with Louis Jenkins Nice Fish over at St. Anne's Warehouse. It also stars Jim Lightscheidel and is directed by Claire Van Kampen. In addition to adding Academy Award to his roster, Mark Rylance is a 3-time Tony Award winner. This is presented at St. Anne's Warehouse. It started up at the American Repertory Theater in Boston, and it will only be playing through March 27th.
It always seemed like she wanted, where she was going, and she planned her life detail. I liked her immediately. Her blue eyes, the way she listened is what I said really fascinating. The easy, natural way she laughed at all my jokes. Her rather conventional, good look, belied her intelligence. We had things in common, an interest art, humanism. She talked about the coffee growers in Central America.
Off-Broadway at the Abington Theater is A Room of My Own, and it stars Mario Cantone, who you know from Sex and the City, and Ralph Macchio, who you remember from The Karate Kid. It's got an incredible cast, it's very funny, and it only plays through March 13th. There's already a buzz that it may become a TV series. So if you can make it and get tickets, do your best. To close our show, Angel Reapers, playing at Signature Theater at Pershing Square. It is written by Martha Clark and Pulitzer Prize winner Alfred Urey and is directed and choreographed by Martha Clark. With an ensemble of 11 actors, Angel Reapers features traditional Shaker songs and a stunning mix of modern dance. It runs through March 20th.